What's up, guys? So I'm going to be going through my income and my expenses. Now, I've went through my income before, but this is going to be a more detailed breakdown on how much I'm making, which is really only one income, and then the expenses. So let's get into it. My cost for my mortgage is $2,950. My phone bill is $80. Electricity is $200. Gas, $80. Water and sewer, $120. Cable, $30. Waste removal, $50. I have one car payment. The other two cars are paid off. The Tesla P100D, I'm paying $550 a month, and I'm paying $300 a month for all three cars for insurance. The reason why it's so low for three cars is because two of my cars that are paid off, I'm only paying liability. I know I'm a good driver, I'm never going to crash, and I wanted to utilize that. So I'm really only paying maybe $200, like $250. No, I'm sorry, I'm probably paying like $200 for my Tesla P100D full coverage. And the other ones, my two other cars, it's only $50 a month. So it turns out to be $300 a month for insurance. Obviously, there's no fuel expenses. So yeah, I get free charging at work, so I don't have to worry about that. Next up is groceries. Groceries runs about $800 to $1,200. Let's just say $800 because we really don't eat out at all. So yeah, I mean, my wife stays at home, so she has an opportunity to cook pretty much all the meals. So yeah, that's how we have it. And then I have another expense. It's pets, and for her food, it's $40. I do have a cat. It's $40 for food every month. I just set that aside. All right, we have toiletries and miscellaneous on Amazon. That one I just do $400. And then I have my Roth IRA and individual investing account contributions. That is $1,000 every month. And that's pretty much it for my expenses there. So everything added up, that turns out to be $5,810, while my income is at $7,000 a month. Mind you, I am working 10 hours a week on overtime. Without the overtime, I'd pretty much be having $0 left over. But in this case, if I were to minus the expenses towards the income, that leaves me left over with $1,190. So I'm expecting my income to increase. So right now I'm making about $110,000 per year. I'm making about $80,000 per year without overtime, but with overtime, it does increase it by $30,000 more. So I am expecting my income to increase up to $160,000. And how I'm going to do that is I have a 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom house. And if me and my wife were to live in the master bedroom and I would rent out the entire house while me and my wife are in the master bedroom, mind you, it's like 500 square feet. That master bedroom is huge. It's pretty much a studio. And then if I put a private entrance in there, it's pretty much our own little studio. And we could rent out the whole entire house. I think I could rent it out for around $2,400 a month. So that right there is adding $2,300 a month. So let's just say my take-home pay after all expenses is $1,200. If I were to add $2,300 to that, that makes it $3,500 a month take home. And then also I could do some crazy things with taxes now that the big beautiful bill is in play. So I calculated pretty much everything, and I should be getting $20,000 at the end of the year if everything is set in place. So I have to have the place rented out already, and I would have to actually deduct mortgage interest, property taxes, utilities, internet, the flooring I've done for this house, 12.5%. I would have to do this because I'm using 25% of my home, which is a master bedroom. 75% of the home is getting rented out. So we'll leave the 75% out of the way right now. So we're gonna focus on the 25% that I'm living in the master bedroom. So if I were to cut that in half, that makes it 12.5%. And the 12.5% is gonna be split into a YouTube studio / business. And I could actually write that off that I'm using half of my space for business, which is true because I'm gonna have a desk, I'm gonna have a computer setup where I'm gonna edit my videos. I have a place where I could record my videos, and I could actually deduct it I could actually deduct the mortgage interest. So after the estimated deductions for business expenses, I could actually deduct $6,500 of my taxable income, and that's just 12.5%. We're not even talking about the 75% that I'm renting out. So if I were to do the 12.5%, and on top of that, the 75% for the rental, I could deduct 75% of my mortgage interest, which is $15,300, property taxes by $4,500, insurance $1,350, pretty much everything. And after all the rental deductions, I could actually reduce my taxable income by $38,000. So if you combine that, $38,000, it's actually $38,918. So we'll just say $39,000. And if I add that with the business deduction of $6,500, I'm looking at, oh, and also I have another expense. It would be auto business miles. So the car, I could use that for like our Lake Tahoe trip. I used my car to go to the Lake Tahoe trip. It is considered as a business because I actually recorded a video out there and I posted to YouTube, and I'm expecting to make money with YouTube in the future. So it's considered a business. So that's actually $1,270, because I just say that I travel 1,000 miles per year with my Tesla for content for a business, right? So after all of that, the total deductions turns out to be $46,699. So that means my taxable income drops from $57,000 to about $10,000, which is most likely going to result in a $20,000 federal refund. Now, for this year, I'm expecting a pretty large refund. But if I were to change my W-4, pretty much add these deductions, but throughout the whole year, I could actually balance it out, so I won't get a refund next year, and then I could actually see that money every single month. And if I were to see that money every single month, it's an additional $1,666 boost, instead of having the $20,000 at the end of the year, which is pretty significant. So if we were to go back to that number with the rental income and my take-home pay after all expenses, and we were to add an additional $1,666, we're looking at $5,156. And this is pretty much after all expenses, realistically. This is after me putting money in the Roth. This is me after putting money in my individual investing account. This is pretty much everything.